to the vanquished and himself as a victor. If he's going to be arrogant that I've won elections, I don't need anybody else, or you work in yourself as a leader. And I hope that he walks through the promise he gave, that he'll speak to the stakeholders in the party. They all have the Patriotic Front. And then he'll speak to the opposition to respond to the call by Zambians that we should have a unified candidate.
All right, so there's a caller. Let's bring in a caller. Good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
Great, thank you. Your name and where you calling us from?
My name is Kelvin Gasar. I'm calling from Nora.
Mr. Kelvin from Ndola, please go ahead and talk to Ambassador Mamba.
Okay, I've been following up the program and I'm happy to hear like what he said. He talked about Makeb Zulu being the legitimate of PF. But what I would like to urge the PF members, we are a road to are behind them, despite we are seeing division and things that coming up. But I would like to ask them, what did you advise these people in terms when maybe you have conversation with them as an ambassador, you, Mr. Mamba? What did you tell these people in terms of unity, in terms of future leadership? What did you tell them, Mamba?
Thank you very much. Ambassador, you can pick it up.
Yeah, thank you very much, Shosta. I've made it very clear to my colleagues in the opposition that our chances are dissipated, our chances are limited if we go it alone. For the sake of our country that wants a united Zambia, our country that is saying this will be independence 2.0, our country is very clear that we should have a unified opposition so that we do not give chances to the ruling party that has inherent advantage. If we go it alone, we risk losing this election, even when the people of Zambia have decided that we should change government. That's what I always tell my colleagues in the opposition.
Ambassador, if the PF does not end up being on the ballot come August 2026, what is the alternative?
Shosta, it's a very difficult question. Our plea, even this late hour, when Sadiq came, we currently have the EU observer mission that has arrived in the country. Our plea is President Hakainde Hichilema must allow the country to hold democratic, credible, transparent, free and fair elections. Excluding the PF, the largest opposition in the country, will be to disenfranchise many Zambians and many supporters. The PF is looking at this environment. It will still participate under the current environment. We won Chawama, although we are not on the ballot. We won Petauke, even if we are not on the ballot. We nearly won Kasama mayoral elections, even if we are not on the ballot. We are assessing all this, but our earnest appeal is to President Hakainde Hichilema, allow the country to hold credible, democratic, transparent, free and fair elections.
So even if the PF, for instance, according to you, if the president allows it, the PF was given, you see that even the PF members are not seemingly standing in one pot. What are the chances of any of these individuals winning the election against President Hakainde Hichilema?
I'm looking at, it's a comprehensive approach, like I said. The elections is a process. Let's start on the side of President Hakainde Hichilema. He has amended the constitution. He has changed the electoral management of elections. He has expanded the electoral system, changing from 165 seats to 281 seats. On his side, he has restricted our participation using cyber laws. What should we do as the opposition to respond to this? Number one, like I said, what comes to my mind is voter protection. Protect that vote at all costs.
Can you hear me?
If possible, unite and deliver one candidate. Whether the various alliances can come
Hello?
up with a leader or not. But there will be a natural selection.
Hello?
Hello?
Ambassador, can you hear me?
Yes.
I apologize.
Yes, I can.
There's a caller on the line. Hi there, good evening.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Great. Your name and where calling us from?
Yeah, so my name is Ankua. I will not give my first name, Ankua.
Nkua.
Yes, from Kafue.
All right. Please go ahead and talk to Ambassador Mwamba.
Yes, good evening, Ambassador.
Good evening.
Hello?
He can hear you and is
Yes, good
responding. You
evening.
can go ahead, please.
Yes, yes. So, the thing is, I just wanted to say something concerning the members of the Patriotic Front. Because I've seen people from the diaspora, they are supporters for Munduvire, they are supporters for Makebi. So you find that their comments, they are not unifying the opposition. Because it seems like, for example, the team Yamunduvire will call names Makebi, team Makebi will call names Munduvire. So as a result, there is a very big gap now that is being created within the party. But you find that people who are voters, they are very much ready to vote anyone whom the opposition would choose to lead the opposition. For example, if they choose among these guys, there is Munduvire, there is Makedi, or maybe even Ikalawa, if it means choosing Kalawa among all these people who are ready for the rest. Now you find that the comments that are coming from within the party.
Let's be quick.
or the
Let's be quick with your
opposition.
question. Can you be quick with your question?
Yes. So, as the question that I can ask is, what is the ambassador doing with these people? Because they are very well-known people. Maybe we can even mention names. There are people he knows, obviously. There's Queen Pumi, there's the Queen Cobra, there's the JJ. So these people, they've got different opinion on who is supposed to lead the opposition. So their comments, they are also making a lot of cracks in the party. So what is the way forward? What's the way forward as the man on top of things like ambassador? What is he doing towards that? Just
Thank you
to
so
make
much.
sure that these people, they stop making all those comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Ambassador, I'll take it up. Ambassador, please, may you take it up, please?
Shosta, I can answer that
Please,
very
please.
quickly.
Please, quickly.
That our role has always been to preserve the PF in its purest form. We've had defections, we've had breakaways, and sadly, most of the breakaways still use the paraphernalia and still want to claim to be Patriotic Front. But after this phase, Honorable Makebi Zulu issued a very fundamental issue of reconciliation that is going to reconcile to his powers or factions, and he's left doors open to members to return home to the Patriotic Front because of the work that we have ahead of elections. What you are attributing where candidates have supporters who insult one another is not just restricted to the PF or between the two. You see it even if I'm against Hichilema, then my people will be insulting Hichilema. I think that kind of politics should be done away with. Just speak to your candidate, the strength of your candidate. That's all, and restrict yourself. For me, I've always spoken for the PF. I might be misunderstood when I say, for example, that the breakaway to Tonse was illegal. I will stand by the decision of the party. It's not my view, it's the view of the party. The party has produced a president, whether you call him illegal or not, but this is a party left by Edgar Lungu, given to Given Lubinda, who has conducted this election. The legitimacy of who Makebi Zulu has emerged can be doubted. But it gives us just so much room of the work we need to do, is that the elections are behind us. What do we do with the rest of the opposition? You can't win alone. In 20 so Makebi Zulu must reach out to the factions in the party. Makebi Zulu must step out.
Ambassador, basic mathematics will tell you that when people go to vote on the 13th of August, people will either be voting the ruling party or the opposition. And then if we have 10 opposition leaders all on the on the ballot, it means that the opposition vote will be split. Meaning, obviously, nothing can happen to beat the incumbent if we go like that. Do you think that opposition political party leaders are being very selfish in not wanting to unite and probably pushing one candidate?
Exactly. We have various scenarios from 2011, even 2021 elections. There were over 10 participants. Zambians, in their own wisdom, just voted between two candidates, Edgar Lungu and Hakainde Hichilema. The rest of the presidential candidates became passengers. So if our quest to unite the opposition fail, the Zambians are wise enough. We have just recently seen it in Malawi, where you had almost 3 former presidents on the ballot. You had former vice presidents. You had gallant young people, young leaders in Malawi participate. So out of candidates of 13, the people of Malawi just voted between 2 candidates. Our leaders must know that the wisdom of our people is so great. Sometimes we underestimate it. Even when we are trying to put them together, our people will choose, like they did in 2021. They will choose who they want. It's not enough that you're on the ballot. Our people can still reject you and vote who they think can be a leader. So that's a warning to the opposition. They can take advantage of the unity now.
Let's allow a last call, Ambassador. Hi there, good evening.
Yes, Mamba.
Ndita mwe bantu bakwalesa.
Yeah, but I'm from Kwai. Mwana mkwai. Muletu mna kwisa.
Kulisaka Kampamba.
Kampamba, go ahead. Bale mumfwa Mwamba. You can go ahead, please.
Honorable Mamba, question Manga for my youth about PF to be confused. Yeah. Kilopo kuchako ba Makebi Zulu peace yala basane pale ba Makebi Zulu na brand mundu. Le toba tuse president mu.
Okay.
Giuna na Mzambe mutileka Manga for my youth ba PF.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that has been dealt with 1,000 times. Ambassador, your critics say you thrive. Oh, and by the way, in case someone is just tuning in, according to Ambassador Mwamba, Makebi Zulu is the president, and he's just from saying it a while ago. Ambassador, your critics say that you thrive on political propaganda rather than facts. How do you respond to accusations that you are misleading the public?
As a Christian, I never respond to what the enemy calls me. As a Christian, I know who I am and I run my life like that. My opponents would describe me in any way they would. But for example, let's start with the issue of propaganda, that I propagate unverified information, or I propagate propaganda. My podcast has just been voted, you heard, as #1 on politics, on verified news from the region. My podcast is top 5 alongside ZNBC, Zanis, Mwebantu. My podcast is top. So it doesn't matter what my political opponents call me. My work speaks for itself. My work speaks for itself. I bother to rely on documents. Like every newspaper, like every media organizations, once in a while I may get it wrong, but it doesn't denigrate the work I do. Even a famous newspaper, world newspaper like the New York Times, does apologize sometimes that they got their facts wrong. It doesn't make me a propagandist. The reason why people follow me and respect my opinion is they know that I trade in credible, verified information, and I can't be judged by one single mistake. And this goes to all of us that deal with information and are in politics. Your enemy will describe you, but that should not define who you are. So for me, it doesn't matter what they call me. My record of distinction from my work as a permanent secretary or from my work as a spokesperson. And Shosta, when I was a spokesperson for the late president, I was the most lonely person. I thought I had done something wrong by trying to speak for and on behalf of the late president. And to then see later thousands and thousands of people praise me for the work I did under Dr. Chiluba. If I had listened to what the people that were supporting Mwanawasa were saying about me and my work, probably I would have believed them and would have abandoned that work. But when later even up to now, people refer to the 10-year work that I did with the late President Frederick Chiluba. So even the work I'm doing now, I don't speak comfortable lies. I don't want to lie to you. The truth may injure you, but I'll speak it as it is. And I do not apologize, because information should be given to you, then you decide with the truth that you have.
Ambassador, as I let you go, I have one last question for you. If you had a direct message to President Hakainde Hichilema, would it be advice, criticism, or warning? Just pick one, then I can let you go with it.
I think warning, because of the perilous state of our country.
Please go on and warn the president. Please go on and warn the president.
No, it's rude to warn the president. He's a repository of trust.
You picked. Would you like to advise him? Would you like to advise him?
Ordinary motors. I think advice. Maybe we de-escalate to advice.
Please go on and advise the president.
My simple advice to the country is far bigger than you, Mr. President. You are just one mortal that God allowed to superintend over our country for this period. It doesn't make you king. It doesn't make you that you are right in what you do. You are not the only one that is worried about the state of our country or the direction that the country is taking. All of us are concerned about the direction of our country. And Mr. President, my last appeal, allow the country to hold democratic, credible, transparent, free and fair elections. If this was not done, you would not be president today. Allow what was allowed to you to occur to our country. You have brought immense divisions, tribal, religious, class, and other forms of divisions. Mr. President, you've put our country at a perilous road. If we take a wrong turn, we don't know where Zambia is going. My advice is allow the will of the people to prevail.
Ambassador, I'd like to thank you so much for making time to talk to the people of Zambia on this podcast. Thank you so much.
Shosta, thank you very much for this great opportunity. I admire your podcast, and thank you for according me an opportunity to be here.
Ambassador, thank you so much for your kind words. Please have yourself a wonderful afternoon. Is it afternoon on the side?
Yeah, yes, it did. It's just coming to midday.
Midday. Thank you, Ambassador. I will speak soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great. I've been on the show with the PF Chairperson for Information and Publicity, Mr. Emmanuel Mamba. And of course, I'd like to thank everybody who's come through to have a conversation with him, either via phone call or on various platforms. You've been watching us on Facebook or YouTube. Until next time, my name is Jackson Perry.